Any MMA fighters out there, I have a hunch. Keep in mind, I may not know what I'm talking about, but I just have a hunch, okay? I've heard more than one MMA fighter, even a couple of pros, talk about how they have a hard time either with judo throws or I guess pulling off the judo throw in an MMA match. Making that transition to get in there and do the judo throw in competition. They can, of course, incorporate judo groundwork because BJJ comes from judo, and their newaza is very, 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 very much alike. I've rolled. He would say I've rolled. I've rolled with some BJJ players, and my newaza is very comparable with theirs. I can hang with them just fine on the ground. One thing that hurt my ego was a couple of those BJJ players had better standing technique than me. That hurt the ego, but c'est la vie. That's life. But let me get to the point though. I think the problem that you may have with doing your judo throws in a situation where people are allowed to strike is that you're trying to do the judo throw like you would do it in judo. Let's look at the elements of a throw. The elements of a throw are kazushi, off-balancing, sekuri, fitting in, and kake, execution. You cannot go up and use judo traditional off-balancing in an MMA match because they're going to hit you. You're going to get punched in the face or kicked in the head if you keep trying to blatantly close the distance so that you can grab and throw. Because in order to do the technique without emphasizing strength or using strength, you have to have the person off balance that you want to throw. But how do you really get somebody off balance in MMA? Two ways that I've seen. One is that you punch them. You TKO them or you punch them to the point to where they're not thinking about what you're going to do and you hit them. To me, that would mean that you'd have to set up your striking game. You use your striking game to set up your throws. That means you're going to have to get them mentally off balance and even getting their body to lean in the direction that you want to throw them in, but not with grabbing them, punching them and kicking them. Get them a little defensive on one side, then you got to spring in there and grab and throw them on the other. The other way to get them mentally off balance is you're just going to have to catch them off guard. Do a quick level change, that would work. Or make them think that it's truly going to be a stand-up, bang-bang brawl. And I would say, if they're going to go for any type of clinch work or takedown, you counter what they're going to do. If you see them reaching down for a double leg, you could sprawl to stop it. I would say if you see them reaching down, this is what I tell people. You see them reaching down for a double leg, I would do like an uppercut towards the chin. Even if it's not that effective, if you get them to lean back, then you could come in with a, let me put it in English, an arm behind the head, hip throw. Sprawl out of it. See, this is the thing. You have to work on your timing. Let's say they try to go for a double leg and it didn't work. You've stalled out of the double leg. You've managed to fight or push out of the double leg. When they're releasing and backing up, they are off balance. That when they're going backwards, that may be a good time for you to come in for a throw to get them on their back. Now, since there's striking involved, they may still hit you. So when you come in, you've got to come in and have a hand at the ready to try to parry anything they might throw at you. I would say usually have your left hand up protective, like when you're coming in, have it up here for a guard so they can't clock you on this side. If you know they like to punch with their left hand. Most people are right-handed. So, I mean, if you know how to punch with their right hand, so have your left hand up. If they're one of those people like to jab a lot with the left hand, you're going to have your right hand up. Like this. You may even need to have both hands up, covering in. And be ready to go to some kind of X block or something in case they're backing up and they try to throw a kick at you. So I would say you have to look for that opportunity when they have given up their balance. I would say a good time to go in for a throw is you got those guys that like to kick. They over-rotate on their roundhouse kicks. It may be a Muay Thai thing. I don't know. I may be generalizing. They over-rotate on that roundhouse kick. As soon as they miss, come in for a throw then. But you're not going to be able to do the throw like you learned it in Judo. You're going to have to get your off-balancing differently. The fitting and the execution is the same. It's just your off-balancing is going to have to be brought on by punching or by really, really, really having good timing and paying attention to when they've shifted their weight to a position in their stance where they're easier for you to throw. Try it out. I could be wrong, but if I'm not, just remember who told you. Peace.